It's 2019, life is great, the truck scene is booming, and then out of freaking nowhere comes these guys in their pickups, staring at the sky while they drive and completely breaking the internet with their truck and the truck scene as a freaking whole. Back in 2019, when this trend started surfacing the internet, no one knew what to think. It was so crazy. The first time I saw it was insane. It was so different from what we were used to seeing as truck enthusiasts, and that's why we've got to sit down today and learn more about this culture on the East Coast that has really taken the whole country by storm. Heck, they've even made the damn news, man. So you guys already know they're doing some crazy stuff. I'm Lawson. You can find me at lawson.co on the gram, and yes, of course, I'm talking about the Squatty Boys. Now, we've done videos on squatted trucks in the past, but today we're slipping the boots on and sitting down to talk about the Carolina squat culture as a whole. There's no hate here. As always, you guys know I'm not biased. I don't hate any builds. I can appreciate every single build out there. Heck, there was even a guy down at Daytona Beach Truck Meet in Florida who rolled past me, who watches our channel, and I got a chance to sit down, chit chat with him, and take a look at his squatted Silverado. Now, before we hop into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, we upload daily, so if you enjoyed today's content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you need wheels, tires, suspension, performance, accessories, literally anything for your truck, we've got you guys back, customoffsets.com. Let's get into it. So what is a Carolina squat? From the factory, trucks come with rake, or where the rear end sits higher than the back, so that way when you guys toss a load, a trailer, a boat, literally anything, it will sag the rear end down, making it level for when you guys are towing stuff. Say you buy yourself a 6-inch BDS lift kit for your truck. You get some 12 or 14 wides and some 35s, and you call it a day. Then you get your lift kit installed, except you realize that you live in the Carolinas, and you decide to just not install the rear end at all. Boom, now you're squatting. If this is your first time hearing about the Carolina squat, I'm not joking with you. In this culture, they decide to leave the rear block out to give it that sag or squat look. On top of that, they usually have an insanely loud straight pipe exhaust, bounce off rev limiter, super loud music playing, all the lights in the freaking world. These things light up like spaceships. As far as the wheels and tires go, they're usually OEM replica wheels and just a bigger size mud tire. Now sure, there's also some guys who like to also stuff some pretty wide boys and some mud tires in there as well, but that's just not the norm. Heck, there are even guys who are not only installing their rear blocks, but they're getting lowering springs. Lower! What? It's friggin' insane. These boys are wild. Then you stuff all your buddies and all the girls in the bed of your truck and jump up and down and throw your hands in the air. They call that slapping the freaking box. I didn't know. I did it to a bunch of squatted guys in Daytona who were driving by. I was slap the box, right? They didn't seem too thrilled, so I stopped doing that. They seemed kind of mad actually, so I stopped doing it. So that's what squatting a truck is and what the Carolina squat culture is. But how did it start? One day, everyone is just building their trucks the normal way that everyone has always done it for decades. And then boom, out of nowhere, all of a sudden, the new culture and new style mixes up the whole freaking truck game. It's crazy. Squatting trucks has been a thing long before it hit the Carolinas though. You might even hear it referenced as the Cali Lean. That's right, back in the day, performance off-road Baja racing trucks would take on some pretty gnarly hills and jumps during events out in the California desert. With this, they would actually squat the rear end so that way when the truck would come down off of a huge jump, and being airborne, the rear would have a better chance at touching down first, allowing the truck to come down more safely and avoid a lot of crashes, increase a lot of handling. It was just overall safer. This served a purpose and was utilized as so. Even to this day, you see the pre-runners and dirt trucks have some squat to them with some long travel kits to make for such a fantastic ride. These trucks were designed, hear me say designed, to eat up a lot of the bumps at high speeds. The Carolina squat does not give the same added benefits, and your normal strut spacer or spacer lift kit is not designed for the same purpose as a long travel kit. It actually provides next to no benefits at all when you take out the rear suspension and only have your kit in the front of your truck. I know, shocker. This new trend would only be for style and looks to impress other truck enthusiasts. I mean, you can't really put a lot in the bed. It would just slide down. Like, what are you gonna put in the back of your squatted truck? There's nothing. And you sure as hell can't see anything because the lifts are so aggressive and it's hard to see over the hood at what is in front of you unless you were out squirrel shining in the freaking trees. That's about the only thing you'd be seeing out of the windshield, I'm sorry. But it was different, it was new. It was a way for truck enthusiasts to be different and offer a new style. This trend blew up back in 2019 when guys and girls would post photos of their squatted trucks on Instagram. Don't believe me? Squatted truck photos get so many freaking likes. I thought about squatting my truck just to get a couple, 2-3 more likes. And this was due to the increase in popularity. This style was brought to the scene. I remember seeing so many people come into our showroom asking about them snowflake wheels, them OEM replica wheels for their squatted truck. It was insane how fast it blew up. Now with modifying any vehicle, there are some instances where you take away from a vehicle's practicality. I mean, we kind of all do that here, but cranking your Super Duty up to 18 inches of lift is cool for your show truck. We can all agree that it does make it a little less practical than what the vehicle was designed for. Same goes for you squatty boys. The squatted trucks, sure, aftermarket companies are coming out with squat kits to help you achieve the squat, but you do have to be careful. Sure, it may look cool, but you do start to lose a lot of drivability with the headlights up in the sky, squirrel shining, and not being able to see the road, as well as wear and tear on all your components for the vehicle. Just recently in North Carolina, they passed a law banning squatted trucks.
In North Carolina passing a bill that could ban a certain type of modified truck. You're looking at kind of an example of that here. They say these special modifications called the Carolina Squat can pose a safety hazard to drivers.
Now obviously you lift your truck, no it's not legal. Same with the Carolina Squat, no it's not legal. We modify our vehicles maybe to make them not so legal, right? But at the end of the day, they got over 70,000 signatures to support this bill that would ban the Carolina Squat. So now in North Carolina, you can't squat your truck. I'm sure there's gonna be hella guys that are still out there squatting their truck and modifying it for the game. You know, if you get pulled over, it is what it is. But the main concern was this safety issue where people weren't able to see the road. There was so many accidents involved with squatted trucks and all this other stuff. So it's so crazy. The Carolinas got crazy. The truck scene in the Carolinas is nuts. The squatted boys are going ham, and and now it just popped up on the news that you can't do that in Carolinas anymore. But I know you guys are still gonna be out there balling out in your squatted trucks. So personally, I don't mind the Cali Lean or Carolina Squat culture. I think the original Lean in the Baja trucks is sick and serves a purpose, but is now taking the show scene by storm. There are all sorts of different sizes and styles when it comes to squatting your truck, and I think some squat can look pretty good. Although my truck is at 9 inches front and rear all the way around, straight level, I still have come to appreciate the look of some squat. I mean, take a look at Randy's Cummins. That thing's insane, it's huge, it's got a little squat, looks good. I think the guys who have 7, 8, 9, heck, 12 inches of lift in the front and no lift in the rear, or even have drop kits in the rear, it's a bit too much for me personally. That's just me personally. But I can appreciate some squat. As time goes on, I anticipate the lean and squat culture will continue to be a part of the truck game and lifestyle and continue to grow and add some different styles. What do you guys think about the Cali Lean, about the squatted trucks, about all that? Let us know down in the comment section below. And if you guys have a squatted truck, add that thing to our freaking gallery so I can see what you're rolling around town with. And if you need anything for your truck, go browse our store. We have pretty much anything and everything that you could ever want for your truck, customoffsets.com. We'll see you guys on the next one.